Hi everyone, today is our Tableau tutorial number 3. We're back with Darren and Daniel, and today we're going to talk about scatter plots and heat maps. So first we'll start off with scatter plots. We'll talk about what's the purpose of scatter plots, how to make them with Tableau, and what we can do to customize our scatter plots. And after that we'll move on to heat maps. So here we see a scatter plot. Okay, so I'm sure many of you guys know roughly what a scatter plot does. We made a lot of this in high school when we ran our experiments during physics class. So just to give you guys a quick run through of what a scatter plot does, essentially it tries to demonstrate a relationship between two numerical variables. So over here we see that we have a scatter plot of profit versus sales. So when we come at this from a business point of view, it makes sense to us that when my sales of a product increases, theoretically my profit should go up as well. So we should imagine a sloping line upwards here as sales increases, profit increases. But based on this scatter plot, we see that there's something interesting. We see, firstly, not every single product obeys this relationship. Secondly, there are certain products that are significant outliers. For example, we take a look at this product, Cisco Telepresence System, which has a significant negative profit despite being quite high in sales. So perhaps this product used by my company is simply meant to be sold as part of something else, or is meant to be a product that loses money but gains market share, for example. So now that we roughly understand what is a scatter plot and what it is meant to demonstrate, we are going to show you how to make a scatter plot in Tableau. So first thing first, a scatter plot requires two measures or numerical variables. So let's grab profit and sales. Whoops. So a common problem encountered by many new Tableau people, right, is that they only get one single aggregate point on their graph. So it's simply a default Tableau mechanism, and we can change this by clicking analysis and clicking aggregate measures. Yep, so now we have a scatter plot of these two variables. But this scatter plot doesn't tell me much. So first thing we should do is we should add the product name to detail. Detail means that when I mouse over the particular product, it tells me the name of the product. So now we can take a look at what are the outliers. However, as you can see, there's still a lot of products here, a lot of data points here that are a mess. So what we can do is to make use of the filter by segment. So let's say I want to look, my CEO asked me to look specifically at home office products. From this filter, we really reduce the number of data points we have, and we can focus on these three. So we have number one, the copier, the video conferencing unit, and the printer. So these three outliers are products that we know are either very high in sales but low in some even negative profit, or high in both sales and profit. So this gives us a better understanding as a business of which products we should focus on and what the purpose of each product is. Now I'll be passing the time on to Daniel, where he will share with you guys about heat maps.
Thanks, Darren. Okay, so to begin with, I'll show you what does a heat map looks like. So this is an example of a heat map. Over on the columns we have the years, and we actually do drill down functions to actually chart it into quarters as well. Then on the rows we actually have categories. So firstly, to start off, what does a heat map actually portrays? It is actually a 2D tabular format which actually shows the relationship between the profits, in this case for each category, across different years and quarters. So for example, if you are a CEO, if you were to see a table with lots of numbers, it might not be so intuitive to you, and you will not be able to grasp it in a short presentation. But these colors actually put meaning to the data we are going to present to users. So having seen this heat map, let me illustrate to you how this whole heat map can be done. So firstly, we would like to look at, for example, categories. So we drag this category to rows. Then we like to look at years. where we order date over time. Then, okay, remember the drill down function we did during our last tutorial? So we can actually press the addition button to drag it into quarter, as well as category. We can actually expand it to subcategories. So next, we will actually need to input the values in this heat map. So for example, we would like to look at profit ratio. So the first thing you can do is to drag it in colors. So over here you can see a heat map with the colors of red, orange, blue. So red actually represents a negative profit margin, while blue actually represents a positive one. But from a business perspective, yes, red does indicate a negative profit ratio, but blue actually seems to be very intuitive. And if you would like to change it to a green to indicate a positive profit, this is how we will do it. You go to edit colors. Here you can choose a range of colors. So yes, you would not like to choose something like probably like red and blue, red and gray. So gray, that is quite dull, right? So you like to change to red to green. So in this case, we can actually see which segment as well as which year and quarters we are able to generate the highest profit, which is the darkest green, as well as it actually generates a negative profit and 61%, which is in quarter 4 2017 for the machines. So we can also, if you like to look at this in a more entire view, so we can actually change the view to fit the height and the width of the table. Yeah. So okay, if colors is not always so intuitive to everybody, some people would like to actually see the numbers, right? So in this case, you can actually drag profit ratio to labels. So in this case, okay, the background of the chart is not really colors, but the colors are actually illustrated in the numbers. So in this case, we can actually intuitively see that 61% is the lowest of the range, and the highest would be around 48%. So with this, we hope that you have gained enough knowledge to actually craft your own scatter plot as well as heat map. And stay tuned to our next session. Thank you.